I vomited 2 nights ago, unrelated with my medical problems. But what's more important are the allegations because it's just important. It's important to talk about, okay? And if you're MAGA, go fight with the wall. Nobody wants to talk to you because you's a bitch. About 5 years ago, allegedly, the Smithsonian started raising money for America 250. America 250 was a group of individuals working with the Smithsonian and other US artists. They say US artists loosely because like they can't disclose who signed off, who said yes, etc., right? Well, all you need to know is that there would have been a 16-day festival across the United States. There would have been festivals allegedly in all major cities and territories. I don't know what the fuck that means. All you need to know is that anywhere between 20 to 50 festivals or more going on at the same time, which is pretty impressive and also sounds very expensive. I agree. During those 4 or 5 years, the Smithsonian and America 250 raises $100 million. That's the low end of the estimate. It's probably more, let's be realistic, if you're holding a 16-day festival across a nation as big as the US, right? But that's the numbers that were given. This is important because that didn't happen. Obviously, I'm talking to you right now. You are not going out to a state fair right now. That didn't happen. Well, what happened? Donald Trump. Donnie gets reelected, he sees what's going on, and he says, we're not approving any of those permits. Allegedly, what he does is he sets up the group Freedom 250. Now, if that sounds familiar because you watch the UFC or if you've been paying attention to what's going on in the US, yeah, but for those who missed it, there's a group of people who have apparently poured $80 million into the UFC fight and the state fair that's currently on the lawn in front of the congressional buildings. You heard that right. 80 million. I'm not an expert in like infrastructure like that when it comes to the UFC stuff, but like they've been pretty clear about their numbers. That's not 80 million. And the state fair, which is a dinky, rickety, like not even a big Ferris wheel, it's like a small sized Ferris wheel, a whole bunch of block buildings that are covered in tarps, a paper mache arch, a stage that's being used by musicians, question mark, because I haven't really seen anybody important perform there. I guess booking Vanilla Ice is something, but like it's Vanilla Ice. That's the equivalent of like booking someone from a nursing home and praying that they show up, you know? No offense. No offense. I can make that joke. I can make that joke. I took care of my mom for 10 years. Trust me, it'd be like that. Let's be less mean. It's like booking Vizzy Pop to do any commercial and like have Gooseworks do the writing. Anyways, I'm being too mean. Moving on. Point is, if you thought the UFC cage fight and that little fuck-ass state fair is $80 million, you're lying to yourself. You're just lying to yourself. That's physically impossible. And the worst part is, if you're like me, you probably didn't watch the UFC fight. But if you were there, you probably noticed a bunch of logos and were like, is that crypto? Is that a UAE company? What the fuck is that? Yeah, so they provided 80 million. But they had to, during the transition process of America 250 to Freedom 250, have access to the funds that the Smithsonian raised. The Smithsonian. They raised the money and now it's gone. You see the problem here? I see the problem here. Crypto is crashing. So for all intents and purposes, crypto has nothing to do with anything going on. If anything, if you got paid in crypto, call a lawyer. Call a lawyer. Call an ambulance for yourself, not for me. But also, yeah, you're not getting paid. You're not getting paid realistically if you're doing anything with crypto right now. So the fact that they appear all over the UFC stuff, that allegedly the UFC fighters were being paid with crypto just to perform, everybody's getting robbed, everybody's getting laundered. The actual money, nobody knows where it is, and that's really important because that's a big allegation. What the fuck happened to the 100 million, which turned into 80 million? You don't lose $20 million unless you're the Pentagon, but that's a conversation for another day. But the Pentagon can't be in charge of everything. They just physically can't. They do have the assets and the people, but like the FBI and the CIA literally hate each other, so they physically cannot organize like that. I'm sorry, it's true. And I know some of you are going to listen to this and go, damn, you're really angry. Well, I've had to leave my home nation to go to the nation where my parents were born to get medical treatment. And then I eat a piece of sausage and end up shitting and vomiting myself for like 24 hours. I think I have every right to be mad on my end, but simultaneously, why is it cheaper for me to leave the United States to get the care that should be basic care in the United States in the first place? I have multiple layers to be mad, okay? Like, I'm a fucking onion of rage. So, yeah, I don't care what you think, I don't care what you believe in, but I think we can all agree that there is money laundering happening on the lawn. If all the allegations are true currently about Freedom 250 and all that, yeah, this is money laundering, and Congress can see it from their windows, and they don't give a flying fuck. So that's where we're at in the United States.